If you're 75 or older and you're flying soon, this is for you. Because one small item buried in your bag, something you've probably packed without thinking about it for years, can turn a normal trip through airport security into an unexpected inspection and delay. And if you're traveling to see family, the last thing you want is to miss your flight or stand in secondary screening wondering what went wrong. Most people don't check the TSA rules before every flight. They pack the same things they've carried for decades, throw the bag over their shoulder, and head to the airport. But TSA rules are surprisingly specific, and they matter more than you might think. The good news is that understanding the rules takes just a few minutes, and knowing what's allowed can make your entire travel experience smoother and less stressful. Today, we're going through the things you need to know before your next flight. Whether you're traveling to see grandchildren, visit family out of state, or take a well-deserved vacation, you deserve a hassle-free experience at security, and the best way to get that is being prepared. Let's start with what you're most likely traveling with. The first thing you need to understand is the rules around medications and medical supplies. This is probably the most important section for you because most seniors travel with prescription medications, and here's what's important to know. TSA allows you to bring your medications in your carry-on bag in unlimited quantities. You don't have to worry about leaving your heart medication, blood pressure pills, diabetes medication, or any other prescriptions behind. They're allowed through security. Your medications should stay in your carry-on bag with you, not checked baggage, because you need access to them during your flight. If your checked bag gets delayed, your medications don't. That matters. Keep your medications in their original labeled bottles. TSA will sometimes ask to see them, and having the original pharmacy label makes the screening faster and easier. The label shows your name, the medication name, and the dosage. That's all the proof you need. Now, if you're traveling with medical devices like a CPAP machine, hearing aids, insulin pumps, oxygen tanks, or any other equipment you rely on, those are also allowed. TSA understands that seniors often travel with medical equipment, and they make accommodations for it. You can bring your CPAP on the plane, you can carry your oxygen if it's required, your hearing aids stay with you. For devices that use batteries, remember that spare lithium batteries belong in your carry-on bag, not checked baggage. This includes extra hearing aid batteries, pacemaker batteries, or batteries for any mobility device. Lithium batteries pose a fire risk in the cargo hold, which is why they're prohibited in checked bags, but in your carry-on where you're present, they're fine. If you use a nebulizer, inhaler, or EpiPen, those are permitted in your carry-on. They're medical devices, and TSA recognizes that you might need them during your flight. One thing to know, if you're nervous about any medical item or unsure whether something is allowed, you can ask the TSA officer at the checkpoint. They deal with medical items every day. They understand medications and devices. Don't hesitate to ask. It's better to clarify before screening than to wonder later. The second thing is understanding mobility aids and support equipment.
If you use a walker, cane, crutches, or any mobility aid, those come with you through the airport and onto the plane. They're not confiscated. They're not considered weapons. TSA understands that seniors often need mobility support, and you're allowed to use these aids throughout your travel. Your walker can go through security with you. Your cane comes in your carry-on. Your braces, knee supports, and any orthopedic equipment you're wearing are fine. If you need compression socks or support stockings for circulation, those are allowed. If you wear a back brace or cervical collar for neck support, that's allowed. These aren't restricted items because they're medical supports, not weapons or dangerous materials. One consideration, if your walker or mobility device has a battery, make sure any spare batteries are in your carry-on, following the same rule as hearing aid batteries. The third thing is liquids and medications in liquid form. This is where people sometimes get confused, so let's break it down clearly. If your medication comes as a liquid, like a liquid thyroid medication, blood thinner, or any other liquid prescription, that's handled differently than over-the-counter liquids. Prescription medications in liquid form are allowed in quantities larger than 3.4 ounces. You don't have to worry about the normal liquid rules for your prescriptions, but you do need to declare them at security, and having them in their original pharmacy bottle makes the process faster. Now, for non-prescription liquids, like shampoo, lotion, arthritis cream, or moisturizer, those follow the standard rule. Each container must be 3.4 ounces or less, and all of them fit into one quart-sized clear plastic bag. Most seniors use travel-sized versions of these products anyway, so this usually isn't a problem. But if you have a large bottle of prescription cream or medicated lotion, keep it in your carry-on in the original bottle. It's a prescription item, so it's treated like medication. The fourth thing is understanding what goes in your carry-on versus checked baggage. Medications, medical devices, spare batteries, and any medical supplies always stay in your carry-on. Never check these items. If your bag is delayed, you'll be without your medications, which isn't worth the risk. Sharp objects like nail clippers or small scissors under 4 inches from the pivot point are allowed in carry-on bags, but most people find it easier to pack these in checked baggage. If you travel with a pocket knife or multi-tool, those go in checked baggage, not carry-on. Small utility knives are also prohibited in carry-on bags. For everyday items you might worry about, your reading glasses, glasses case, and eyeglass cleaner are all fine in carry-on. Your book, newspaper, or reading material is fine. Your phone charger is fine. Your wallet, identification, and travel documents stay with you. The fifth thing is powders and supplements. If you travel with protein powder, vitamins, or powdered supplements, those are generally allowed. But if you're packing a large container of powder over 12 ounces, TSA may need to examine it more closely during screening. Powders can look like other substances on the security scanner, so they sometimes get additional inspection. This isn't because they're prohibited, it's just that TSA needs to verify what they are. If you don't actually need a huge container during your flight, consider packing a smaller quantity or buying your supplements when you arrive. It makes security faster and easier. And if you're unsure about a particular powder, check TSA's What Can I Bring database before you pack it. It takes less than a minute and can save you from an unnecessary problem when you're trying to get through security. The sixth thing is food and snacks.
If you're packing solid foods like sandwiches, snacks, cookies, or fruit, those are generally allowed through security without any issues. Most seniors travel with snacks, especially for longer flights, and that's perfectly fine. But if you're packing something spreadable or gel-like, peanut butter, jam, pudding, yogurt, honey, or anything similar, those fall under the liquid restrictions and must be 3.4 ounces or less. Most seniors don't pack large quantities of these items anyway, but it's worth knowing if you do. The seventh thing is aerosols and spray products. Hairspray, deodorant spray, and shaving spray are often allowed in carry-on bags, but they still have to follow the liquid restrictions. If you're unsure about a specific spray product, use TSA's What Can I Bring website before you pack. You can search for the exact product, and TSA will tell you whether it's allowed. Here's what you should do before you leave home. First, take time to organize your carry-on in layers. Put your medications and medical supplies in an easy-to-accessible location, preferably near the top. That way, if TSA asks to see them, you're not digging through everything. Keep your liquids back separate and easy to locate. Second, use TSA's What Can I Bring website. It's straightforward. You just type in what you're wondering about, and TSA tells you whether it's allowed in carry-on or checked baggage. If you have questions about anything you're packing, spend 2 minutes searching before you leave home. It's worth it. Third, if you still have questions, remember that you can ask TSA officers at the checkpoint. They're there to help, not to trip you up. If you're unsure about a medical item, ask. If you want to know about something you've packed, ask. They deal with these questions every day from travelers of all ages, including many seniors. There's no penalty for asking. Fourth, keep your medications in their original labeled bottles. Don't put your pills into one of those weekly organizers for travel. Keep them in the pharmacy bottle with the label. It makes screening faster and proves what the medication actually is. Fifth, if you're traveling with someone, a spouse, adult child, or caregiver, let them know where your medications are and how you've organized your bag. If there's ever a question at security, having backup information helps. Here's why these rules matter. TSA's restrictions exist for specific reasons. The 311 liquid rule exists because security scanners have limitations on what they can determine from certain quantities of liquid. Powders get extra screening because they can look like other materials on scanners. These aren't arbitrary rules designed to inconvenience you. They're safety procedures that exist because of what we learned from aviation security history. Understanding the why behind each rule helps you remember it and follow it. It also builds trust. These rules exist to keep everyone safe, and the process works better when travelers understand what's happening and why. The most important thing to remember: preparation makes all the difference. Spending a few minutes organizing your bag before you leave home, keeping medications accessible, separating your liquids, confirming what you're packing is allowed, takes minimal time and eliminates stress at the security checkpoint. You deserve a smooth travel experience. You deserve to focus on where you're going, not on worrying about what happens at security. Whether you're traveling to see grandchildren, visit family you haven't seen in months, or simply taking time for yourself, you shouldn't be stressed about the airport. So before your next flight, take a few minutes. Review what you're packing. Put medications where you can easily access them. Separate your liquids into the clear bag. Use the What Can I Bring website if you have questions about anything unusual. That's it.
When you arrive at the airport, you'll be confident because you know what's in your bag. You'll move through security faster because everything is organized.
And you'll get to your destination ready to enjoy your trip, not stressed about how it started. Travel prepared, travel with confidence, and focus on what matters: seeing your family, enjoying your time, and having the travel experience you deserve.